This all happened in May 2017. The update to fix it came out in April. So if everyone had installed their updates around the world, it would have been fine.
Well, how on earth did the NHS become a victim of this then?
Because they don't update their machines.
Really?
Because they were still using old versions of Windows, and even the ones that were in use weren't updated. So
because that's a bit mad, isn't it? Thinking like, you know, it is a huge organisation, government-run organisation. How on earth can some random hackers close down all of their systems?
Yeah, well, they still use fax, or they have until very recently still been faxing everything. Right. In fact, someone I know who works for the NHS was recently told to fax something through. And
I wouldn't even know where to find a fax machine.
I don't know if we even have a fax machine. and anyway, I'm based in the communities, and so I'm in my car. Can't I just email it to you off my iPad?
Yeah.
And then I think, what's your email address? Oh, I don't know. And I had to shout across the office, what's our email address? And then they read it out wrong and stuff. So
isn't that mad?
There are elements, I'm not saying all the NHS is like this, but there are elements within that are very, very outdated. If you were running Windows XP and Windows Server 2003, which at that time, had finished, and Microsoft released a version of Windows, they support it for 10 or so years, with lots of warning. They say, after this time, we're not going to still keep supporting this, because Windows XP came out in 2002 or 3, I can't remember. Right. It's now 2020. Okay, it was 2017 back then. They can't keep supporting it forever. The world has moved on. I think it's at 98% of computers, however, that fell victim to this were actually running Windows 7, which was supported at the time. It isn't anymore, but it was back then. They just hadn't installed the basic update.